Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome back to the boat gang. All right, we got the Oxi-digger, Oxidean Marines, 34-inch, ready to run, almost ready to run outrigger kit on the block. Okay, today we're actually going to put it on a pane of glass, kind of check out the bottom. I've actually been doing some modifications to it, not much, just kind of straightening things out, getting it the way I want it. Okay, we're actually going to put a new tune on the boat. I'm going to probably concentrate on the strut. Yeah, because it's wanting to like prop walk. We're gonna put an aggressive propeller on. With the stock propeller, it ran great, no prop walk, just straight as an arrow. But with the props I want to run on here, she's wanting to kind of prop walk. I got a couple ideas that may fix it. Okay, we're gonna put a new tune on it, which I've already got my boom tube set, my sponson set, so stick around. We're Ironcladed RC. Before we get into the ride surfaces and all that, all the work and sealing I've done, let's go ahead and take a look at the strut. Like top speed hop. It was kind of wanting to bounce in the transom at high speed, and it also wants to prop steer. When I get on it real hard with these like aggressive ABC props, these things kind of act as like a paddle wheel. You guys see how much pitch is on them. Okay, it acts like a paddle wheel. When you get on the throttle real hard, it'll like, as the propeller spinning up, it'll like whip the tail of the boat out, and cause it to veer real hard. Okay, so what we could do to fix that is run like a lesser aggressive prop, something like a 45-19, like it came on the boat. It ran great with the 45-19, no veer. It would run straight as a freaking arrow. Okay, which we're actually going to be trying this guy right here. This is an ARTR 1740 3-blade. Okay, this is a 1643 basically. This is a 17 pitch 40. So with the smaller, more pitch, less aggressive pitch, it shouldn't prop walk the boat out. All right, this is actually my favorite looking prop out of all my props. It's all tarnished. I haven't yet to find a boat it runs good on. It's got a lot of lift, so we're going to give it a shot. Okay, I got the boat on glass. It's flat. I think the boat was wanting to hop due to my tune. I actually had some, well, I started off with neutral angle on my strut. No positive, no negative, neutral. But the way this base is designed, and it's only using a one screw to keep your strut in place, it would basically, I started with neutral, and it basically like slowly went negative, which negative trim on a hydro or a rigger usually will cause some bounce with the thrust going down into the water, kind of picking the back of the boat up, and she'll kind of hop. So what I think is happening with this strut, the base, it's all like one solid piece. You guys see that? Okay, and the single screw they have holding the strut in place with, it's not enough to crimp down on that CNC cut base to hold your strut in place. You feel me? We've got to figure a way out to crimp this base down onto the strut so it doesn't like rattle itself loose while we're running the boat. You feel me? So my initial thought, so I can get more bite on the strut, was just to simply oversize the screw. Replace the 2mm screw with a 3mm screw. Okay, the thing with that, the 3mm screw, it only fit in there in one area. Okay, it won't fit in the elongated hole, which I could just file it out, but you won't have any adjustability. Okay, now this little, you see that little groove right there? That was cut in the strut stock. I think they cut that so you can get more adjustability. Okay, that was a stock drilled area. Okay, you see that? So my second plan you know, the oversized screw won't work, and we can't get enough bite with the single screw. So I was thinking maybe I'll drill another hole, right? Drill a hole down here, okay, and that would give us 2 screws to bite and crimp down on the strut so we don't lose our tune mid-run, you know. The issue with that is I'm actually kind of scared to do it, because these screws right here, we might drill it too close or drill it too far out where we won't have any adjustability on the strut. You feel me? So I'm actually going to drill 2 more holes. All right. The reason I'm going to drill 2 holes is that would actually allow me to only run, like, definitely run the stock screw, and then that'll give me an option to run a bottom or top screw depending on if I have positive angle. Okay, I could actually run the bottom screw, or if I'm running like a neutral or negative angle, I could run the top screw, you know, run 2 of the 3 holes. You feel me? I'm thinking two screws. Oh hell, if I needed to put 3 screws in there, that would hold the strut in place. Last thing you want is your freaking strut moving around mid-run. You know, you find a good tune and then it's like boom, it's gone. So I got the holes drilled. All right, it actually turned out pretty good. Okay, my screw, it fits in there perfect, and I didn't have to grind the head of my screw off. You see it? Okay, now the nut on the other hand, that's a different story. So instead of you know, rounding my nut off, what I did was I cut a flat spot on it. You guys see that? I actually think it took a little bit off, too much off of this one, but you guys get the idea. Now that flat spot is basically gonna sit right on the mounting screw, so whenever you loosen these 2 nuts up, you don't even need to put your wrench or needle nose pliers in there. The mounting screw is basically going to hold that nut in place. Okay, so it's going to make it a lot easier to adjust the top and bottom screw. Okay, I'm actually going to use this piece of stainless steel tube right here. Like I said, I want to run a little bit of positive angle, so I'm going to use this tube just to get some leverage on my stuffing tube so I don't bend, kink my stuffing tube. This is a wooden boat, so you want to make sure you don't break the wood. I'm just going to put a little bit of up angle on it. Okay. Actually, that's actually going to make your strut a little bit higher out of the water. Okay, so that actually is going to put less blade in the water, so it potentially won't prop walk as bad. You feel me? So that's actually a pretty good idea. Make sure I got my boat on the flat top here. I do. Get you guys a better angle. Let's get this pushed all the way in place. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, so let's put our center stock screw in. Okay, and okay, so I'm with some positive angle. Like I said, I'll put a screw in the top. Okay, when I go positive, I won't be able to get a screw in the bottom hole. Okay, can you see that? You see that elongated hole? It's going to go past my mounting screw. Okay, I'll use the bottom hole when I go like down neutral angle. Okay, so let's see if this works out. Okay, there we go. That looks good. Oh, that's gonna be perfect. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna file it. I think I'm gonna do the same thing they did at the factory. I'm gonna push some positive angle on my strut. Actually, let's get something to shim it up with down here. Alright, and I'm gonna drill out that hole kind of like they did. All right, let's see if that worked out. Oh, it did work. Cool, I learned a new trick today. Thank you, Oxidine Marine. That works out perfect. Basically pivots on that middle screw. So if I want to change my strut position, I just freaking loosen the top one up. Done, done, done. All right, so I actually have some positive angle. I'm gonna run a degree of positive angle to start off with. All right, we got it zeroed out. I'm gonna basically run a degree of positive angle. Okay, and we'll kind of go from there. We'll kind of go from there with it. It's probably a little bit too much, but in this configuration, it's gonna actually get the prop up out the water, and I guess it wouldn't be so much blade area in the water, you know. So maybe she won't prop walk as bad. So we're kind of solving the hop issue and the prop walk issue at the same time. All right, so what I've done is I use that angle box right there and sandpaper, sand blocks. Basically I use sand blocks, okay, and basically knocked my rear ski flat, okay. That dark spot right there, hopefully you guys can see it. You see that dark spot? That was a low spot that I had to catch up everything else, okay. And I basically sanded down into the wood in some certain places, like back here, you know. And I had to actually epoxy the boat, thinned epoxy to seal the wood back up. With my sponsons, I basically made sure they were flat. Actually, when I did all the work, I had my sponsons like unbolted and I had them slid closer to the tub so I could get everything perfect. But I made sure my sponsons were on the money, no gap anywhere on the sponsons, okay. You can see where it's been rubbing. It's like sits flat. It sits perfectly flat, you know. Back here, perfectly flat, you know. And what I did, I used that once I got the backs of my sponsons, my ski flat. What I did was I used that flat area with my angle box. I would zero it out, okay, and I would actually walk that angle box down my ski, and I got everything basically like a tenth of a degree everywhere. I mean, I even sanded all of this. I sanded my recoveries, which this one's way off. I couldn't get that one close at all, but I guess it really didn't matter. That one's not really touching that much. I got everything sanded, okay. I took some 30-minute epoxy and alcohol. I thinned it out, 90% alcohol, and I painted it on the whole ride surface, okay. I actually did the tub, and I would do the sponsons separately. I've got like 10, 12 coats. I would brush that thin epoxy, real thin epoxy on my boat, and then I would wipe it off, smear it off, okay. Let it cure out. I would hit it with sandpaper real quick just to true up all my surfaces with the angle box, okay. I would hit it again with some thinned out epoxy until all the wood grain was sealed, okay. Like I said, I did it like 10 times, okay. Got it zeroed out. Oh shit, what is that? I got something on the top. Anyway, my AOA is 3.75. Jeez, come on. 3.75, okay, is my AOA. It was 410. I got it at 3.75 on both of them, okay. I know a lot of you guys like long videos, so there you go. There you go. All right, I definitely think this is a must-do mod. It's cheap, basically free. Just find you a couple screws and a drill bit, and it gives you peace of mind. You know, when you put a tune on your boat, it's not going to vibrate itself loose. Just like the rudder, it wasn't really a must-do mod, but it gives me a peace of mind running this boat 60, 70, 80 mile an hour. You know, it'll kick up if I hit something. You know, I try finding things on boats to upgrade, to show attention for you guys, your benefit, you know. Like the boat didn't need the bottom worked on. I blueprint all my boat bottoms. The 42, the 29 Velez, the Blackjack 24, Delta Force 35, the Dominator. I blueprint everything. I make my boats more efficient, more hydrodynamic, so they cut through the water and go faster. I blueprint all the hardware on my boats, every last one of them, especially my fast boats. You know what I mean? I show my boats love. That's what you guys got to do. I actually took the Oxidean 180 out. Did it need to be pulled out? No, but I pulled it out so I could drop the Hydra in. I got the 5300 SRD pack in here, ready to go. She's ready to go. I also upgraded the servo. I put a Power HD 40 kilogram metal case servo in this boat. The short Oxidean servo, it was lightweight. A couple guys said that the boat might be hopping in the back because the transom may be too light, so I put a little bit heavier servo in. I tried thinking everything out for my boats. You know, I want to see 100 with this thing. Hell, we might get 100 with the stock motor. If we don't, if we get 80s and 90s, I'm going to change it out. Why freaking not? Hell, I might throw the Oxidean Marine 180 back in, you know? This come out my UL 19. It's out of commission right now. Why freaking not? You know what I'm saying? So putting the XLX2 and the heavier servo, it actually moved my CG back a little bit. About a 1/4 inch back. Before my CG was right here, like right here. It was actually right there on that, in between these two middle screws. Basically right there. Now it's right here. You know what I mean? So I think it's got a good balance. All right, next pretty day, we're going to hit it up. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed the long video. We'll see you guys next time. Big B, we're Ironcladed RC.